interesting uses the word tools, and I use the word key.
Conscious practice. What's conscious? This is V, and today I'll be responding to ECKHART TOLLE's video on do you have unconscious episodes? How to be patient with yourself. My name is V. I'm an aspiring yogi, love all things meditation, yoga, and wisdom based. Super grateful to have you watching this with me. ECKHART Tolle is one of the first spiritual teachers I have come across, so super grateful to react to this video. With that, let's get into the video.
How do I deal with being impatient with myself? Because after having a spiritually unconscious episode, I realize that with all the tools you have given us, I should know better by now. Interesting uses the word tools, and I use the word key. Well, a spiritually unconscious episode, and then when it's over, you suddenly realize, oh, I forgot to apply the tool. Or let's use the word key again. I left the key in my pocket again. Well, at least you know it now that you left the key, and at that moment, you've taken the key out because you've taken the key of awareness out of your pocket. That suddenly you realize you had lost it. You had lost the awareness, or not lost it, but you didn't remember that you had the key in your pocket. And then it's over, and it's, oh yeah, there's the key. And then again you lose the key when the thought arises, you should know better by now, shouldn't you? What's the point? You can't do it, you see? Even after years you can't do it. What's the point? These are the thoughts that go through the head, which means the key is left in your pocket again. Then you take it out again and realize, okay, at least I'm present now. You don't need, whoever you are judging through your mind is a fiction anyway. It's unconscious pattern that has arisen in you, and you make it into some kind of me identity. It's a fiction. Of course, that only happens when you again put the key back in your pocket. So you continue to apply the key, and then it's okay, at least now, there's awareness now, that's enough. It's always enough for now. All you ever need to be responsible for is the present moment, and that's all you need. And then you don't make it into another problem. The fact that you had lost it or not used it doesn't become a problem, which is another episode of unawareness if you make a problem out of it. Your identity is not there. Your identity is present, and it's present now. Your identity, you are here awake now. And then next time perhaps it happens again. And then real progress is there when in the middle of it you realize you lost it. You're in an old mind reaction, a negative reaction. And then you can choose to take the key out of your pocket and apply it, open the door to awareness, and the shift happens. And you're no longer reactive. So I recommend that you are very alert to see what kind of energy you're putting out into the world. Is it tinged with negativity, in which case you are mind identified, ego identified? And once you notice it, then you can apply the key. So all self-condemnation is not helpful. It's part of the unconscious patterns. Impatient with yourself. We are dealing with collective, these are not personal problems of yours. We are dealing with collective mind patterns that have been around for thousands of years, that each individual inherits. So it is a monumental thing that's happening now, that more and more humans are able to evolve beyond the inherited collective mind patterns, but they're still very strong. They have an enormous pull still. It would be silly to deny that. The pull is still very strong. So it's not a personal problem of yours. It's an evolutionary transition, misperceived as a personal problem.
Beautiful, beautiful video. Thank you so much for watching this with me, and here's a reflection. I really love how the focus of the video, at least how I interpret it, really came down to just awareness. And in this specific sort of take, really just being present, or really staying conscious. The key is really just to be aware of when you're being unaware. And those thoughts that tell you that you are not doing any good because you've learned all these teachings and you still aren't conscious or woke, that is further unconscious fuel. It's as simple as just using those moments itself to take the oxygen away from the fire. The moment you take the oxygen away, the fire will go out. But now what's happening is that there's a fire and you're putting more fire on the fire. It's almost like actually adding a little water. Just a teeny bit of water, and as you might have heard or seen, and I'm no science expert here, but a little bit of water actually makes the fire worse. So this water in this case is these additional unconscious thoughts that you think are helping you. And that's where I tend to go back and forth, honestly, because it is technically helping you be, in a way, a little more aware, but it's coming from an unconscious energy field. That's the right term. It's like even conscious words like stay conscious, if you say it in a very stay conscious type of way, I think the key is the how. So even in those moments where you are self-criticizing, be kind to yourself. It's actually what I tell people as a meditation coach myself. I've done hundreds and almost thousands of meditation sittings for people. And I've seen it myself where I basically share this simple message, which is that every time you're aware that you are unaware or you are distracted by your thoughts, sounds, feelings, those are actually the moments where you're fully aware or you're conscious or you're present. Interchangeable terms. So those are the moments that you should truly be kind to yourself. And the same principle applies here. Every time you realize, instead of going through this side step of a unconscious loop of, oh my God, I can't do this, I'm not doing well, no progress, blah, blah, blah. You're further digging yourself into an unconscious cycle. It's as simple as, I guess another analogy is, I love analogies if you can tell by now. It's imagine like you are getting pulled by a riptide from the water. Instead of going forward with it by pulling against it, because it technically pulls you faster or something is what I've heard, you just make a sidestep, go perpendicular to the current, and then you'll come out freely. Hopefully this made sense. If not, let me know. To sum it up, really just in those moments of realization that you are not being conscious or you're not being aware, be kind to yourself. And the fact that you're aware that you were unaware is indicative that you are actually fully aware in the now. Thank you so much. I appreciate you taking this time. Would love to hear your views on what I've shared or ECKHART TOLLE has shared. Let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you have any other video reaction requests, topics, or spiritual teachers you want to react to, comment down below. With that, make this a great day. Take a joyful and stay conscious. Ecstasy.